So the next point of our agenda is to talk about the skeletal muscle, the basics and the anatomy. So the skeletal muscle can be consciously controlled by our somatic nervous system. So this one is the only one which is controlled by the somatic nervous system. The muscle itself is striated when it is observed under the microscope, as you can see here in this picture, although the striations do not indicate the cell boundaries. So the muscle cell itself is long and consists of non-branched cells which are aligned in parallel, as you can see here. They are aligned in parallel when you look at them under the microscope. So we will have multiple peripheral cell nuclei per cell. This is very important, which you can note. And the muscle itself is up to 30-70 centimeters long. So one muscle, which is pretty long, as example in the leg, and 40 to 100 micrometers wide. You also have to take into considerations that we have no information transfer via cell contacts. So every cell contact is they are all working together, but they don't have the information about the other cell, what the cell is doing. So when you look at the cardiac muscle, there it is different. In this cardiac muscle, every cell contact knows what the other one is doing. So this is a big difference between these two. So we have no excitation from we have a direct excitation from the anterior horn cell of the spinal cord. So the spinal cord is in your back and the muscles will be activated by the anterior horn cell. So now we will be diving into the anatomy of the skeletal muscle. We will go from big to small. So we will start at the muscle and we will end at this little picture here. So at first we have the big muscle. As you can see here, we are starting at the muscle. This is our big muscle. When we look into how the muscle is built, at first we will see muscle bundles, because a muscle consists of many different muscle bundles. When we take a look how a muscle bundle is built, we can see it consists of different fascicles. And if we look at the fascicles, how they are built, they consist of different muscle fibers in this cell. And the muscle fibers are consisting of different myofibrils. And the myofibril consists of different sarcomeres. And now we're in the tiniest pictures. So if someone asks you, okay, how is a muscle built? You can say, okay, we have a big muscle, and then you go this way onto this picture, and then we have an image of the very tiny part of the muscle. So this one, as you can see here, is this one. And then we can see how a contraction of a muscle works. So here in this part, there will be the contraction. Like if you tell your body, okay, to muscle, as example for gripping in your arm, you say, okay, I want to contract. These will move into the middle. So I will tell you how this works. I will be talking about this more precisely in the next slides, but to give you a little idea how contraction works, we will see that these two here, the blue and the red one, will connect, and then we will be in the middle. So the H zone will be smaller, and every one of these little cells will contract for itself. And because this one is contracting, and this one is contracting, and this one is contracting, the entire muscle will contract. So every little cell is responsible for the entire contraction. So I will be talking about this more precisely in the filament theory, but for now you have a little idea of how contraction work, and you will see why the anatomy and the knowledge about anatomy is very important about to know how a contraction works.